Namaste, Jai Kali, Jai Mahadev, Jai Bharat. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. Remember, if you're putting time, you can take better care of your loved ones. So today I'm going to talk about these growing numbers of these men's rights activists, or I often refer them as, pseudo right-wing patriarchal prostitutes. So there is quite a lot of increase in the number, and these women, they are very biased in their approach. They are all the time, critiquing and circling around offenses created by women. So these are women only who are trying to oppress another woman's and favoring the toxic patriarchy. So these women are all the time, no matter what the case is, if it is abortion, if it is female feticide, if it is dowry, if it is abuse in the family, relationship abuse by the in-laws. So these, prostitutes or these men's rights activists, they all the time, just blame it on the women. So according to them, men are not the culprit. It's only women who creates all the problem. Now let me give you, another perspective to it. See, if you see, the same thing is with the Abrahamic cults, where men are superior and women are inferior. All the problem lies within the women. There is nothing wrong with the men. And there is this male god also, the concept of male god, messengers and prophets, and that's how it is. And even the woman is not considered equal when it comes to the brain and the mind and the intelligence to a man. So if you see these women, I was observing these women from quite some time, maybe a year or so, and then I realized that these are also subjugated women. Once these were also subjugated, and they are finding out ways to vent out the abuse that they have gone through. So they were subjugated by their own family and by their own men in the family, and now, as I generally talk about this, that the abused becomes the abuser. So it's the same thing happening with these pseudo men's right activists, is that they have gone through shit and they have gone through a lot of ups and downs in life, and as a result of which, now they are finding ways to vent out their frustration on women. Remember, I'm just estimating, or I'm just, pondering that they must have been abused by their female, in-laws, mother-in-laws. And now when the time has come, now when they are trying, these women, these activists, when they are trying to be independent, or let's not, keep only mother-in-law, because some of these activists are not even married also. So it could be a toxic mother or a toxic mother-in-law, a female figure must have subjugated these women. And see, as a result of which, when these women are becoming slightly independent, they want to subjugate other women also by negating and denying any atrocity that is happening over the women. I understand human rights and I understand activism. So human rights and activism should be for all living things. Whether it's a man, woman, LGBTQ, whatever it is, it should be equal rights for all. One should not be biased in just dealing this and that. Because if you see globally, there is a phenomena where women are subjugated. But these women, they are just handful, 3, 4. They are just constantly ranting on the social media that no, there's nothing wrong with the men. The only thing wrong is with the women. Women are like this, women are like that. So if you see their psyche, these are already, women with some psychic disorder, or you can say identity crisis, that, they are looking for other counterparts to sideline with and then to subjugate their own kind. So, see, if you are an activist, you should see all aspects. Of late, I have also started, getting into this work of activism and helping people. And I don't see religion or I don't see gender. when it comes to that. I have seen cases where males were subjugated, and I have seen cases where females were also subjugated. I have seen cases where some queer was also subjugated, and I have seen cases where LGBTQ is also subjugated. And it's vice versa everywhere. So the toxicity is everywhere. So being selective simply shows that you have a biasness that is developed by the past, traumatic experience, whereas you start hating your own kind. And there is a very colloquial, phrase that goes around in the society, and you all must have heard that "Mahila ki dushman mahila hi hoti hai." So why does that happen? It happens because a woman is subjugated by a woman in the past, and when this woman gains, a little bit of a ground and strength, she begins to exercise the same thing. It's the same thing. The more she was oppressed, now she wants to oppress the other. That's how this vicious cycle happens. So these activists, no matter, even if it is a right case or a wrong case or a fake case or a real case, these women are constantly into searching faults of women, right? Now, let me predict something. These very women, these pseudo men's right activists, see, now they are negating and they are trying to legitimize every wrong practice, that is being done to a woman by saying that women are bad, women are wrong, and men are absolutely right. See, let me make my point very clear to you guys. Both are equal, and both should have equal rights. There should be no superiority and inferiority. Both are equal and both should be treated equally. But the problem comes, when there is biasness amongst people that, oh no, this is better, that is better, this is how it is, and that is not how it should be. That is where the problem happens. So, I personally think that the way how these women are into dismissing, these pseudo men's right activists or whatever you call them, the way how they behave, it almost looks like that in future they might go to an extent where they would say that Talibani men have become misogynistic with time because they were subjugated and they were abused by women in the past, right? So these women, they already have these dependent personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder. They already have a lot of personality issues. And that is the reason they want to sideline with the powerful male counterpart, these pseudo men's activists, these women who are presumably pseudo men's rights activists. So they want to, sideline with the powerful man. So if a right wing is not there, or if a right wing is replaced by a Taliban or any other powerful entity that comes, these women would be the first one to sideline with them and sing their song. So one needs to understand and think that there has to be rationality, and equal rights should be for everyone, for every religion, for every gender, no matter what. Every human should have equal rights, rights to live with dignity, rights to do whatever they want to do, and rights to be happy. So, these women, I really don't want to mention their names, but trust me, they are going to take all of the masses and youth into a pit, because this one-sided activism is not going to work. Problem is in the society, and problem is everywhere. If men are subjugated, women are subjugated too. And if women are being abusers, men are abusers too. You cannot deny the abused, and the perpetrators are everywhere in all fractions. So you just can't be selective that, the dowry cases are this and that. Okay, laws are being misused. I do understand and I do agree to it. But you cannot deny that women are not burned for dowry. You cannot deny that women are made to abort their child if they come to know that it's a female child. It is still existing. Till now it is existing. 1 month back, I met a couple of my advocate friends, and they said that these cases are still existing. And minded, these advocate friends were both from for the party and the against, the case. So they said that only when the problem exists, these things happen. And there is some fraction who misuse the law also. So, one needs to have a very clear picture, and one needs to have clarity rather than just being biased and behave like lunatic people on social media. Oh, no, 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 this and that. So, I mean, like, watch out, because the way how these women's react and the way how these women's behave, I mean, like, very soon, trust me, any powerful entity, if it is a male entity comes in front of them, these women are just going to bow down, and these women are just going to accept that male entity as, their superior and leader, and they're going to, start singing their song. So please don't trust, don't fall for these things. Everyone has a working mind, right? Everyone has got, brain which is working. So, just understand everyone is equal and everyone needs rights. Abuses happen everywhere, but you cannot deny that there is no female abuse that has happened in India. India has not reached Satyuga. So kindly stop falling for such fallacies. Have a rational mind. Have critical thinking. Don't fall trap for such pseudo activists who are taking up this activism once they are coming out of some kind of toxicity and abusive relationship. So do think about it. And yes, this is what I wanted to add in. And please think, analyze, and then act. Don't just fall trap or emotionally fall trap to these things. There is law and order. There is a system that can take care of these problems. And yes, everyone has got access to, I mean, like the police, law, everyone has got access. So everyone can seek counsel. So kindly just don't keep ranting by these, pseudo activists that, oh, no, 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 only women are doing. No, women are equally abused and men are also equally abused. And there are perpetrators in both the genders and everywhere. So the case is everywhere. Abuse, toxicity is everywhere. So one cannot be selective. And if they are like, I mean, like I have seen a lot of weird things that men are doing. I mean, like you take up the if you look up the internet. I mean, there are sick people who are making weird contents. Men are making such weird contents with their wife. And but these pseudo men's right activist women are quiet. They won't talk about it. But the moment there is a case, a dowry case, or there is a relationship abuse case that comes, they start, like sidelining, and without, understanding both the ends problem, they just want to sideline with the man. So, they just want to invent something which is not there, and they want to stand up with it and seek sympathy. So, I mean, sympathy seeking is not good. A problem is everywhere. Address to all problems at all levels. Don't be biased. Don't be sexist. So an important advice to these pseudo men's activists, that trust me, these nowadays, if you are saying that there is no atrocity over women, very soon you all are going to see fanatics, also fanatic men at your doorstep or in front of you. And then I would want to hear what your opinion is. You women, you fake activists are going to be the first one to sideline with them and, start singing their songs. So just wake up, have a rational mind, have critical thinking, and don't be biased. Don't be biased, crazy people.